All right, guys, so session number 1 of our developmental core series, we're going to start by lying on our back. If you have 2 mats, lie in the middle of those 2 mats. If you don't, that's okay, just lie in the center of your mat. Now, ideally, your mat would be a yoga mat and not something that's thick like this if you only have 1 mat, because we're going to be using the full space of the mat. So bring yourself onto your back, let your legs and arms relaxed. Your arms are going to rest by your side, don't need to be tight in, but in a comfortable position. Either palms rolling up towards the sky or thumbs, again, whichever is more natural for you. And all I want you to do is start by resting into your mat. Just taking a moment to get a little bit heavier into the floor. See, very often when we're trying to change our movement patterns, when we're trying to influence our breath or how we stabilize and move through space, we're doing it on top of a layer of tension. So with each of our sessions, we want to start with a moment of relaxation. Everyone has a different point of imagery or focus that helps them the most, so feel free to make yours up. For me, I always think about letting myself get real heavy and sink into the floor. So I'm trying to relax as deeply as I can through my chest and literally sink into the ground. I want to relax your head, your face, your jaw. Relax your legs and your arms, and just again, relax and get heavy to the floor. And then from this space, I want you to listen to your breath. Specifically, I want you to pay attention to the direction that your breath moves to, the spaces that it fills, and the pressure that it creates. You don't need to change your breath. All I want you to do is listen. So just relaxed breathing and taking note of where your breath moves to. Now, ideally, our breath moves all the way down to our pelvic floor. We want to feel like there's gentle expansion or pressure that spreads all the way down to the area of the groin or the pubic symphysis, the pubic bone, all the way down here. We want to feel that breath spread out to the sides and even spreading through the flank area, out through the kidneys towards the mat. If we continue to inhale past that belly breath, if we take a little bit of a deeper breath in, be sure to keep it light. Don't work hard for it, but just slowly fill your lungs up and take the biggest breath of the day. And then relax and let it go. Now, when you breathe in a little bit deeper, you're going to feel expansion through your chest. That expansion is going to move out to the front, gently out to the sides, and again, gently towards the floor, towards the mat. In other words, the expansion is around the entire chest, not just out the front. The one thing that we want to be mindful of in our breathing is the chest breath, the breath that pushes up towards your chin. So it's totally okay to have an expansion through your chest. But what we don't really want to see is a breath that moves up towards your chin. That way. Now, some people are just in a constant state of tension, and they literally will hold their chest up into this position the entire time. And then they breathe from there. And the breath in this circumstance will go out the upper part of your abdominal wall, but it will not move down into the lower part of your abdomen, and it will not move around into the sides or spread through the back. Okay, so once again, get heavy to the floor, relax your breath, and feel your breath move all the way down to your pubic bone, through your lower abdominal wall, spreading through the abdomen, out through the sides, and out to the floor. Now I want you to listen to the points of support on the floor. What parts of your body are resting into the ground? After we've gone through this relaxation, you should feel like the middle of your pelvis is resting on the floor. The skin on either side of your lower back is touching the ground, not pressing to the floor, but engaging gently to the ground. And then the area right around your kidneys should be supporting into the ground, and that support spreads all the way through the mid-back up to the back of your head. So there's two things that we're going to talk a lot about in these sessions. One is your breath, the pressure that it creates, and two is your support points. Now, the support points when we're lying on your back is obviously pretty static. When we move or roll onto our shoulder or come up to our elbow, we're going to always be mindful of how we transition through our support points.